Hello everyone, welcome to another video. We're going to go back to the last episode about this car, where I was questioning myself whether I was having a divvy moment or a senior moment about reading the number plate properly. I did get a very good response on a positive response, I must say, about what it is. I also got a few that were a little bit weird and a little bit attack, which I found a bit weird in itself, but the reason I've done this is because my app was telling me something completely different, and me being dyslexic, it felt a little bit weird that it was coming back with something completely different. Here's what it came back with. Yep, a full transit. So I wasn't going doolally, the app was. And here is the website for this I won't be using it anymore because you can't get any further wrong than that, can you? The big giveaway here is the engine size, 4.6 litres in a transit. Yeah. Anyway, let's crack on with today's stuff, shall we? Up there in front, I've got a cyclist, and unless there is something on a sign saying cyclists or buses are exempt from doing this no right turn, it means it's a no right turn for everybody, doesn't it? Or am I going doolally again? It also means that we should be driving on the correct side of the road as well, doesn't it? But then they don't have to follow the rules, do they? We all know they don't follow the rules. I am going doolally, ain't I? Now, when I first drove past this car that's got the traditional police tape all over it, I actually thought, bloody professional driver again, because it's a Prius. Yeah, it's not until I look closely there is no yellow circle of death, and the car's too old. You can only use cars up to 10 years old to do private hire work, so that's not a professional driver. It may well have been, and the car's got too old and they've chucked it in the bush to try and get an insurance claim on it. I'm not saying that though, I'm just saying it could be. Now in this clip, this is a new one for me. To the left hand side there you'll see a bike lane. It's even got a picture of a bike in it, so we know it's a bike lane. But because I'm old, decrepit, and bits are falling off of me and stuff like that, I think I might be losing the plot again here. I've not seen one like this before ever. It just looks like a normal bike lane to me. But look at the thousands of road signs in a minute. They say at all times, just like a bus lane, at all times. So you're not allowed to drive in there or park in there or anything like that. Otherwise you are going to get fined. I've not seen one of these before. Like I say, unless I've been sleeping under a rock or something, living under a rock, whatever the saying is. And look at all the signs. Look at all the signs saying what it is. Am I going doolally? Has this been around for a while and I've just missed it? Or is this in your neighbourhood and you haven't noticed it or whatever? Here's another money-making scheme up there to the left-hand side. Yep, drive down that road and you will be fined again. In them hours, in them school hours, you will be fined. And there we go. Look how many signs. Just look how many signs there are. This is Croydon, by the way. Purley going into Croydon. I do always wonder why Croydon Council found themselves bankrupt twice. I believe that they've been bankrupt twice. Yeah, look at all the signage that they've wasted on this. It's on the other side of the road as well. Obviously, we're not looking at that, but it's there as well. How much just for this signage? And can you spot something? Can you spot something that's missing? Yeah. A fucking cyclist. There is not one cyclist on the road, and yet we're not allowed to drive close or park over there because we might get a fine for the thousands and thousands of cyclists. But it does change when it gets to shops. The hours change. But if you're in them hours, you still get a fine. We're out of the hours at the moment as this silly bird bloody opens her door on me because this is a Sunday. And Sundays where I normally drive, there are thousands of cyclists out all the time. But not in Croydon. But if you look there in the distance, there's one. One cyclist. One cyclist. For all these signs, all this road markings, you're not allowed in there. All these cameras that you're going past that you can't see because they're up there in the trees, probably being blocked by the trees. Yeah, here's the cyclist. The one cyclist that this is all for. Yes. The one cyclist that pays fuck all to be on the road. And I mean on the road, not for the road. And I do mean this tongue-in-cheek, okay? Before you all get on my case, I do mean this tongue-in-cheek, but I've never seen one before. I just think it's a complete waste of money. And no, I didn't give that cyclist 1.5 metres because he's got his own lane that I'm not allowed to drive in or park in, or I'll get a fine. I do believe that that one's going to get me some hate mail. There you go. I've got a cyclist in front of me. Yes, another one. Believe it or not, this one actually waited at a red light back there, but I'm not going to show you that because that's what they're supposed to do anyway. We're looking at the guy behind me though. Yeah, this idiot. As I go to overtake that cyclist, he overtakes me. I just start to pull out and he overtakes me. Yeah. You think I won't want to overtake or not? No? Idiot. Now, there's no proper audio on this clip because me and the missus were doing a bit of a shopping list in the car, and I don't want you to hear of all the amount of booze we were buying. Yeah. That's between us. Anyway, we got a delivery guy in front of us who obviously hasn't got a clue where he's going. Now, I've been a delivery driver for many, many years. I've never delivered food like this though, but delivery driving is delivery driving. The items may change in what you got in the back of the van or the truck, but delivery driving is the same. He obviously hasn't got a clue where he's going. Just pull over. Just pull over, have a look on your phone, look on your app, or even get out of your car, your van, whatever, and go and have a look at numbers, door numbers and stuff, and try and work something out. But don't drive so slow and keep everyone waiting. I've only got one car behind me, so it isn't the end of the world. And I've been in this situation before, but I always pull over and have a little look and see the numbers of houses and stuff like that I'm delivering to. We're getting to this Audi here now on the left-hand side. Why can't he see me? Starts to pull out, pulls out, then indicates, then looks. Yep, that's how Audis do that. And look where he's parked, on chargers, car chargers only parking spaces. I do believe he isn't an electric car, but he is an Audi. You know what they're like. Always an Audi. Yeah, eventually he does stop, I think, sort of. He's still carrying on. Yeah. So we're off to get some booze. Now in this clip we have a cyclist coming towards us, just doing nothing wrong, but the van behind it seems to have the raving hump with him. If you look in the cabin of the van, you'll see him shouting. Now I will show you that again. I don't think he was very happy with that cyclist for some reason. I'll zoom it in a little bit, not too much otherwise it goes too blurry. Now, I do believe that last word he said there begun with a C, and I don't think he was calling him a constable. The good old Rose Hill roundabout, as you can see, we got a red light, but when our lights go green, we are looking over to the right-hand side, the usual suspect. So used to it now that people don't even fucking bib them when they go through a red light. Now in this clip it's so rare to have someone in front of me use their head, use their brains. It's just so rare that I have to comment about it and show the clip. As you can see, there's a van that's parked on the pavement there blocking up the road, so two cars can't get past each other. This van can't go anywhere. There's someone with a brain. Can't go anywhere. Just wait. Let everyone go through. Why block it all up? You're thinking. Now the only bad thing about this clip is that I had an Audi behind me who actually wanted to be in my car, I think. There's a 2-second gap, 2-second rule. Doesn't apply to these idiots. Now before I show you how close this Audi gets to me, I'm going to show you a UK public information film about the 2-second rule. This is back in the day. It's quite a few years old now, but the same rule still applies.
I've got some bad news for you. Tomorrow, about 8 motorists will lose their lives. And the day after, and the day after that. And why? In many cases, simply because vehicles are driven too close together. On the open road, you must leave a 2-second gap between you and the vehicle in front. Otherwise, you're asking for it. How do you measure 2 seconds? By saying this rhyme. It takes 2 seconds to say. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. And this is how it works. The vehicle in front passes a landmark. For example, that letterbox. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. See? We are 2 seconds behind. A reasonable distance in dry conditions. You'll need more if it's wet, of course. Use it on the motorway, too. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule. Again, a 2-second gap for safety. The 2-second rule can save you a lot of trouble, maybe even your life.
Now, I know there'll be a lot of people saying this Audi isn't that close, but if you go by the 2-second rule from that little film I just shown you, and remember he said you need more room or more space when it's wet, and it's wet, so try doing the 2-second rule with this.
Can't go anywhere, just wait, let everyone go through. Why block it all up? You're thinking. And there's someone without a brain, the Audi. That has to be right up my arse.
Seriously don't get how people drive like this. It must be so exhausting to drive so close to someone all the time, relying on your reaction time to being good enough.
How far can you go? Seriously, how far can you go?
Now in this clip I did have a customer in the car at this point, and when we come round this bend here, there was an awful smell, and I mean proper shit. I had to check my shorts, see if it wasn't me. As I said, I'm old and decrepit, and bits of me are starting to fall off and ooze out where they shouldn't. I mean, I'm getting to that age where I need to get them tenor men pants. And it wasn't the customer that did it, it was that truck in front of us. Yep. That's where the smell was coming from. But we did, me and my customer, we did actually, oof, what's that? And it's this thing in front. It's actually going round emptying drains, obviously, and just pissing it all out all round Epsom. If you look to the left hand side of the vehicle, just above the lights, you'll see all the stuff that it's collecting. He's just spreading all around Epsom. Yep, making Epsom smell lovely. Not. Yeah, and as you saw there, loads actually come out there when he went round that bend. I'm just grateful that I'm turning right in a second and he's going straight on. The smell though did stay in the car for a considerable time. I had to get Febreze and put it in the car and everything because it was that bad. Now there's a couple of things in this clip. First of all, the British workforce. Yep, road markings. Now this lane that I'm in, if you go over to the right hand side where this white van is going to go, it says it's for the car park only, which is wrong. It's not for the car park only because there is a lane afterwards. The car park is going over there to the right and we're going straight on. So there's nothing wrong in doing that. It's just marked up wrong. Now the thing is, people say you've got to use the whole road on these sort of scenarios here coming up. We're all turning right, but then the left lane turns left and the right lane turns right. Now that white van knew exactly what he was doing there by queue jumping because he was moving before he saw the sign. So he knows exactly what he's doing there. And you'll see a couple in a second from behind. Now the thing is, what happens if they can't get over to the left? Then they block this lane, which is why I don't buy into this. You've got to use the whole road, because if you can't get into the lane that you want, you're blocking up another person's lane, and that's where it becomes wrong for me anyway. It's I know what it says in the highway code that that's what you should do and all of that, so technically they're doing nothing wrong at this moment because both lanes turn right. You'll see the Mini behind me and the Transit behind that do exactly the same as what the white van did, and they will both move over. But if they can't move over, then they're blocking this lane, aren't they? So that's why I don't buy into that. You got to use the whole road scenario. Not on this bit anyway. Now a few clips ago I praised the van for using its head, using its brains in not blocking up the road, you know, forward planning and everything. In this clip it's the complete opposite. It's a Kia though. That blue Kia that you can see just behind the motorbike there is blocking the road. There's someone delivering on the left hand side there and the Kia pulls up next to it, side by side, blocking the road.
Have a look now in front. Have a look in front, you fucking idiot. Fucking hell. Where were you when they dished out brains?
Now this is a bit unusual for me because once I get into a lane, I don't normally go into the other lane because it's got less traffic in. But I do on this occasion. And look at this car to the left. Phone on the lap. Big gap in front of them. Yeah, the signs were there. Now I know that this sort of clip actually, it annoys some people that I'm bringing it up for some strange reason, but it's stupidity or is it laziness? Why these two girls crossing the road here cannot see that crossing just behind them? Lazy or stupid? Or both? Now in this clip, as you can see, there is a lot of traffic here. There is two lanes here, by the way. I'm not trying to squeeze in or nothing. But there is a lot of traffic going up to the A3. There always is here, but it's got even worse because there's roadworks up in front. But that's not what we're looking at this clip for. It's only just to show you what's in front. Because behind is a dangerous combination. It's probably the worst combination on our London roads. I would say British roads, but it's not. It's on our London roads. This is the worst combination that you could possibly get. You really couldn't get a more dangerous combination than this coming up here. An Audi with a yellow circle of death in the window, one of Sadiq Khan's License to Kill assassins. Yes, that's going to go over the solid white lines in a second. Because it can. It's got a license to kill. And Q has given him his X-ray vision goggles, so he knew that there was nothing coming round that corner there as he drives around on the wrong side of the road there. Always an Audi. Now in this clip, we're pulling up to a red light and you are supposed to stop at a red light. Shame someone over to the right hand side didn't get the memo.
Red not your colour then, no? Don't like red, no?
And on that note guys, that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.